What is this? One Piece will go on a 3-month... Oh. Wait. One Piece will go on a 3-month break starting this January, returning in April 2026 with the start of the Elbaf arc. Beginning in 2026, the anime series will also kick off its new production schedule, dividing into 2 parts for a maximum of 20...
No way! I don't believe it!
Holy shit. One Piece is going seasonal?
Correct, sir.
Beginning 2026, the anime series will also kick off its new production schedule, dividing into 2 parts for a maximum of 26 episodes per year in order to dive even deeper into the heart of the One Piece world, incorporating more content, tempo, and pacing of the original manga. Don't worry, Nakama, you'll have a chance to gear up for the next adventure. Stay tuned for exciting surprises during the series break. Holy shit. One Piece anime is going seasonal?
Okay, it's happening.
Hold on. Yo, wait a minute. Hold on, this is actually generational news. One Piece since 1998 has never been seasonal. One Piece opted in for filler content in order to extend timelines. Then One Piece started to do pacing that was absurdly long at times to really drag out scenes. And then now you're saying,
we'll do it live!
We're just gonna go seasonal. Hold on, they're saying 26 episodes max per year. So that could mean that they actually have less than that too. It could be the case here where, let's say, instead of doing 26 per year, they could do maybe 13 they need to. To put it a bit into perspective, One Piece releases 32 manga chapters in 2024 without going seasonal or absolutely demolishing the pacing. There's probably not much the anime can do at this point to not catch up to the manga. The One Piece anime will be going seasonal, adapting no more and no less than 1 manga chapter per anime episode. A total of 26 episodes will air per year, meaning it will air during 2 of the 4 seasonal cores each year. Correct. Sometimes you can do back-to-back cores, so you could have spring and summer, all right? But normally you don't see shows do that nowadays. That means Loki's flashback gonna cover a full core. Yeah, probably, honestly. Because it's not done in the manga yet. One Piece will be absent for the winter seasonal core spanning January to March 2026, meaning it will return April 2026 with the start of Elbaf arc. So winter core, we're gonna be skipping for One Piece. Oh, this is so crazy. We have to actually think about One Piece now in seasons. We never since 1998, bro. Since 1998, we have never, as One Piece fans, had to think about seasonal management. But consider the fact that we're so close to the manga, and Oda has slowed down his production. At times, Oda took breaks to do what? He went to Cape Town for the One Piece live action. And that does what? That only stalls out the manga chapters. And they're still trying to find ways to prolong the anime episodes. And the pace has, by many folks, deemed to be suffering because of that reason. They're giving up the weekly game, dude. Damn.
Times change. And we need to change as well.
The hope now is that we're gonna see a lot better pace. Maybe not a lot better, but the pace will be better. Maybe be like 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 of a chapter per episode now, because there's still less episodes a year per chapter, and the quality will be better too. At least that's the hope, where on a regular basis, the quality will improve. 149 Wano chapters to 192 episodes to adapt. My fear is that this may mean that we're not gonna get elongated fight scenes, but to be fair, I don't think they're gonna drop that, because they should understand that that's where a lot of that money is, in terms of eyeballs, right? People will watch those fight scenes way more than anything else. More often than not. Oh, and now it's gonna try. Okay. 1-to-1. That's the idea. Okay. They're trying to keep an even keel with the manga.
Perfectly balanced. as all things should be.
Where the manga drops, let's say, 30 some odd chapters a year, with their maximum of 26 chapters, they'll be able to do more one-to-one content and still be like evenly paced with the manga. So they won't catch up too much. Mind you, this is assuming that Oda goes on no long breaks or hiatuses, but even still, even if he does do that, just change the course around. If Oda has to go, let's say, on a 3-month break, okay, that's fine, because we're now seasonal. So that whole section, that whole core, no One Piece content. The Fishman Island log, I get what you're saying. If you want to say that was like a test to see if they could work it out for cores, I don't think so. This does prolong a lot of the voice acting work. Have you noticed that we haven't heard a single thing about, at least I think we haven't heard much at all about the One Piece, like the Netflix Witch Studio version of One Piece? I think it's because, honestly, they may be considering the idea of changing out voice actors, which would be nuts. But I think they should do that, though. Now it only matters more because if we're going seasonal, that's more time distributed for the anime on a yearly basis, which means more time the voice actors have to spend working on the series. And Luffy, she's 70. Zoro's 57. Sanji's is 62. Nami's 56. Usopp's is 60. Chopper's is 60. Frankie, Kuzuki Yao was in his mid-60s too. Brooks is 67. Jinbei is 78. When you look at the episode ratio, so 150 chapters damn near, and almost 200 episodes, a lot of that's filler too. They did, I think, a few episodes of filler content for the anime during Wano Country, but also they took distinct breaks for the anime as well. They took like distinct breaks where I remember for Sanji piece and for Zoro piece, they took like a 1-week break and then they had them in movie theaters afterwards too. That's part of the gist there too. In fact, normally what you see is that I think in normal anime scheduling, you would see multiple chapters in a single episode of an anime. Normally. This is a crazy move for Toei Animation to do. Maybe they had this idea in mind when they were making the switch too in their time slot. Because normally Toei, for years, Toei would run that whole Dream 9 section at, I think it was 9 o'clock in the morning in Japan. Okay, if you remember, you remember.
Tell me.
Yeah. Back in the day, Toei had that 9 o'clock slot on lock. One Piece and Toriko. Then there was One Piece and Dragon Ball Super. Then it was One Piece and it was The Adventure of Dai. Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai. Over the years, it's changed like periodically, where you've always seen One Piece in conjunction with another story. One Piece recently got kicked out, or not kicked out. One Piece, they left that section and it got replaced by another story, which was a big deal. Elbaf won't end now in the anime until probably like 2028 or 2029, depending on how long Elbaf is. So, oh yeah, they have a lot of time to cook with good animation and good quality because they have to compete too. And there's not many good players out there left for the shonen / shueisha scene. They're really not. It's also better for them to do this too. More folks, I think, watch the anime than read the manga, even for One Piece. So the longer that runs and the better quality it is, the better off they are. Toei, Shueisha, so on and so forth. Because One Piece is like the last remaining flagship. Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball right now is confused. They can't get along, different studios. They haven't done Super in a very long time. There's been a standstill in the Dragon Ball Cho manga after the passing of Akira Toriyama. So in the long term, if Dragon Ball's all over the place and they can't get shit right now done, and you have to rely on Monkey Jesus to really be the backbone of a lot of your revenue, it does make, I think, also more sense to keep things seasonal. So I get it. It's shocking. I can understand why. The downside to it, of course, obviously the downside is that as a One Piece fan, we're very accustomed to getting a weekly schedule. It's gonna still be seasonal. It's gonna still be there. Hopefully 20 episodes max a year. But keep in mind that also means that at some points it's gonna be less than that. That's very important too, okay? If Oda, let's say, God forbid, has more medical issues or takes a pretty long sabbatical and goes on a foodie journey and does more live action assistance. Imagine a year where we get, let's say, 20 chapters or less for One Piece. That's a tough year. That's a drought. But the anime now can adjust to that better because they're seasonal. No need for a Dressrosa Logs or, oh my God, we're gonna do Punk Hazard again, but in that Wano Country style. Punk Hazard Logs. No one is hyped for Punk Hazard Logs. No one. Yeah, this section of the stream will probably go up on the channel because this is very important news. This is like pivotal news because it changes our experience moving forward for the entire series of at least the anime massively. Because now expectations are higher in more regards, but we have to be more patient for content to come out.
Hold up.
A maximum of 26 episodes a year for the One Piece anime. Don't do it, 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 don't do it. Fight the power, fight the power. Don't do it, 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 don't fucking do it, don't fucking do it, Christopher. Damn! Oh, good Lord.
See you. Bye bye.